Sometimes the hardest help to ask for is the kind that comes from within when your soul feels lost. I need help because the silence inside me screams louder than any words I could say. Help is the gentle hand that untangles the knots in my mind when I'm too tired to try. When the heart feels shattered, help is the thread that slowly weaves it back to whole. I need help because even the strongest bridges need repair after the storms. Help is the courage to admit I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to seek them. Sometimes, help isn't about fixing, but about holding space for the pain to breathe. I need help because the shadows in my mind sometimes swallow the light I'm trying to hold. Help is the quiet promise that someone will listen, even when my words fail. When my strength fades, help is the soft voice telling me, it's okay to rest. I need help because I'm tired through the cracks of my brokenness. Sometimes I feel invisible, and help is the hands that make me seen again. I need help because healing doesn't happen in isolation. It blooms in connection. Help is the courage to be vulnerable in a world that celebrates invincibility. When the storm rages inside, help is the shelter I desperately seek. I need help because even the mightiest trees bow under heavy winds. Help is the embrace that holds me when words fall short. Sometimes I ask for help to remind myself that I am not alone in this fight. I need help because my heart aches for relief I can't give myself. Help is the steady hand that leads me back when I lose my way. When fear chains my thoughts, help is the key that unlocks freedom. I need help because silence sometimes feels heavier than any pain. Help is the light in the darkness, guiding me step by step back to hope. Sometimes I'm afraid to ask for help, but it's the bravest thing I can do. I need help because my mind needs a moment to pause and breathe. Help is the reminder that I don't have to carry this burden alone. When the world feels cold and distant, help is the warmth of a caring soul. I need help because my heart sometimes whispers what my lips can't say. Help is a safe harbor when my soul is battered by storms. Sometimes, help means simply being heard without judgment or advice. I need help because even the brightest stars need darkness to shine. Help is the courage to face the broken pieces and still believe in healing. When loneliness wraps its cold arms around me, help is the fire that warms. I need help because hope feels fragile, and I'm scared to carry it alone. Help is the gentle whisper that reminds me I'm still worthy of love. Sometimes, asking for help is the first step toward rewriting my story. I need help because my soul is tired from fighting battles no one sees. Help is the courage to open my heart even when it trembles with fear. When my thoughts spiral, help is the calm voice that brings me back. I need help because healing is a journey I cannot walk alone. Help is the hand reaching out in the dark, saying, "You are not alone." Sometimes I forget to ask for help, but it's okay to lean on others. I need help because sometimes love needs a bridge to reach the heart. Help is the promise of kindness when the world feels cruel and cold. When my spirit breaks, help is the glue that holds the pieces together. I need help because I am learning to trust the light in others' eyes. Help is the strength to be fragile and still keep going. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is simply asking for help. I need help because I am still growing, still healing, still becoming. Help is the breath of fresh air when my world feels suffocating. When darkness overwhelms, help is the dawn breaking through the night. I need help because my heart knows it's okay to lean on others. Help is the gentle hand that catches me when I stumble. Sometimes, the light we need comes through the kindness of others. I need help because my soul aches for connection and understanding. Help is the quiet presence that tells me, "You are not forgotten." When fear silences me, help is the voice that encourages me to speak. I need help because healing begins when we let others walk beside us. Help is the courage to be honest with myself and those who care. Asking for help is a silent plea that echoes louder than any cry. It's the language of survival. I need help because the weight of unseen battles is heavier than the world imagines. Help is the courage to be imperfect, fragile, and still worthy of love and care. Sometimes, help looks like someone simply sitting with you when words fail. I need help because even stars burn out and need darkness to shine again. Help is a quiet revolution against loneliness, a hand reaching out to pull me back. I need help to untangle the knots in my mind that twist my peace away. Help is a reminder that strength grows in the soil of vulnerability. Sometimes, admitting you need help is the bravest act of all because it means you still believe. I need help because I am tired of carrying invisible weights that crush my spirit. Help isn't about weakness, it's the courage to show your cracks and let light in. When my thoughts spiral, help is the anchor that keeps me from drifting into the abyss. I need help because I'm learning to trust others with the parts of me I hide. Help is the bridge between my pain and the hope that healing is possible. Asking for help is not surrender. It's the first step toward reclaiming my power. I need help because sometimes love isn't enough to carry me through the dark. Help is the courage to admit that I can't do this alone and the grace to let go. Even the fiercest warriors need a moment to rest, to breathe, to ask for help. I need help because my heart sometimes beats too fast for me to keep up. Help is a whispered prayer answered by the kindness of a listening soul. Sometimes I need help just to remember who I am beneath the pain and fear. Help is the courage to say, I'm not okay, and still believe that things can change. I need help because my mind is a storm that no one else can calm but me. Help is the gentle hand that leads me out of the darkness into the light. Asking for help is the act of weaving threads of connection in a fabric of healing. I need help because sometimes the soul's language is beyond words. It needs presence. Help is not a burden but a gift, the chance to heal together instead of alone. Even when I feel broken, help reminds me that I'm still whole in ways unseen. I need help because my silence speaks louder than words ever could. Help is the gentle truth that no matter how far I fall, I can rise again. Sometimes, help is the only thing that can hold the pieces of a shattered heart. I need help because the shadows inside me are too heavy to carry in solitude. Help is the courage to trust someone else with your darkness and still hope for light. Asking for help is a quiet rebellion against the lie that we must suffer alone. I need help because healing is not a solo journey. It's walked best with others. Help is the balm that soothes wounds no one else can see. Sometimes I need help just to breathe through the storm of my own thoughts. Help is the whisper that says, you are not alone in this battle. I need help because even the strongest trees need roots to hold them steady. Help is a quiet light in the darkest rooms of my heart. Asking for help is a brave invitation to let love in when fear shuts the door. I need help because my heart is a fragile glass. It needs gentle hands to hold it. Help is the strength to say, I can't do this alone and still believe in tomorrow. Sometimes I need help just to find my way back to myself. Help is the steady hand that pulls me from the edge when I lose my footing. I need help because the storm inside me is too fierce to weather without support. Help is the courage to open my heart, even when it feels safest to close it. Asking for help is the first chapter in a story of healing and hope. I need help because the battles in my mind leave scars that only kindness can heal. Help is the light that reaches me when I'm lost in my own darkness. Sometimes, help is the hand that catches me before I fall completely apart. Help is the quiet voice that says, I see you, I am here. You're not alone. Asking for help is an act of love towards the self I am still learning to cherish. I need help because the weight I carry is invisible but no less heavy. Help is the hope that blooms in the darkest soil of despair. Sometimes, I need help just to remind myself that I am worthy of kindness. Help is the promise that even when the world turns away, someone will stay. Sometimes the hardest step isn't asking for help, but believing someone will hear the silent screams behind your words. I need help, not because I'm weak, but because even the strongest souls need a hand to hold in the storm. There's a quiet desperation inside me, a call for help that's wrapped in layers of hope and fear all at once. When I say I need help, it's not a burden I want to place, but a bridge I'm trying to build toward healing. Help isn't a weakness. It's a lifeline thrown by courage when the weight of the world feels unbearable. The hardest battle is the one fought in silence, where every thought begs for rescue but fear keeps the voice locked. I'm standing at the edge of my limits, reaching out with trembling hands, hoping someone will catch me. Sometimes I feel lost in my own mind, and I need help is the only compass I have left. It's okay to admit when you're overwhelmed, because asking for help means you're brave enough to survive. Behind every "I'm fine" is a story of someone silently screaming for help and waiting to be seen. Help isn't about someone simply being there when the storm inside rages. When thoughts spiral out of control, reaching out is the first step to finding solid ground again. I need help because my heart feels heavy with battles only unseen eyes can understand. Sometimes help looks like listening, not judging, just a presence that says, "I'm here for you." Asking for help isn't defeat. It's a powerful act of self-love and a plea for connection. I'm drowning in thoughts I can't untangle alone. Help is the lifeboat I'm desperately seeking. Help is not a sign of failure, but a testament to the strength it takes to keep moving forward. When darkness swallows hope, a simple "I need help" can be the light that guides you back. Feelings don't always come with a map. Sometimes you need someone to help you find the way. I carry wounds that aren't visible. Asking for help is the only way I know to start healing. Help is a whisper of hope in a world that often shouts to stay silent. There's a power in vulnerability, in saying, "I need help," when your heart feels broken. I need help because sometimes the weight on my shoulders crushes the light inside me. When the mind is a maze, help is the hand that gently guides you through. I'm not alone in needing help. We all carry silent battles that only others can ease. Help is the courage to let others in when the world feels too heavy to face alone. The hardest step is not falling, but asking for help before you break completely. When the heart feels fragile, help is the gentle touch that reminds you, you're not broken. Sometimes I need help to find words for feelings that don't fit in any sentence. Asking for help is the quiet roar of a soul refusing to give up on itself. I am tangled in emotions too complex for one person to untie alone. I need help to breathe. Help is not about fixing what's wrong, but about walking together through the darkness. When the mind becomes a storm, reaching out is the anchor that keeps you grounded. I need help because sometimes the pain is too heavy to carry alone. Help is the soft hand that catches you when your own strength runs dry. When your thoughts feel like chains, help is the key to unlocking freedom. There's nothing weak about needing help. It's the first step toward healing. Help is the reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are not alone. I need help to find the light inside myself when the shadows grow too long. When emotions overflow, help is the boat that prevents us from drowning. Asking for help is an act of bravery that speaks louder than silence ever could. Help is not a weakness. It's the strength to admit you can't do it alone. Sometimes I need help just to hold the weight of my own feelings without breaking. The most courageous thing is to say, I need help when the world expects you to be strong. Help is the light in the tunnel. When your mind feels lost and overwhelmed. I need help because even the strongest hearts sometimes crack under pressure. Help is the gentle reminder that no one's journey is meant to be walked alone. In the silence of my struggles, help is the voice that refuses to let me fall. When everything inside me feels like chaos, asking for help is the calm I seek. Help is a lifeline thrown by love to those caught in the storm of their own minds. I need help because I'm learning that strength is not doing it all. It's knowing when to ask. Sometimes the bravest thing is admitting you need help to carry your heart's burdens. Help is the hand reaching out in the dark, reminding you that hope is never lost. When the world feels too heavy, asking for help is the key to rediscovering your light. I need help because healing is not a lonely road, it's a journey taken together.